Hello friends, welcome back to Pen and Paper YouTube channel. So here we will simplify complex legal topics using just pen and paper. So today's topic is, can hospitals detain patients over unpaid bills? So basically this is a very critical question, and how the patient is going to be discharged in this scenario if in case anyone who is going to encounter this scenario. So let's break down using just pen and paper. So friends, now we will be looking at a real life scenario. So imagine this scenario. There is a poor man who is going to admitted to the private hospital after a road accident. So basically the hospital is near to that accident spot, and after that that person basically is a poor man, so he's been admitted to the hospital. So later what happens, he is going to recover and he survived. But now what happens, the hospital is not going to discharge him, mentioning that there is a lot of bills to pay and his family is not going to afford that bill and the payment. So we need to understand whether is this scenario legal and what is going to happen next, and from the legal scenario how you will be what you need to do if in case this kind of situation arise with someone. So we will see next what is the emergency treatment and the legal duty. So friends, now we'll be looking the emergency treatment and what is the legal duty. So we have under Article 21 of our Constitution, that is right to life. So that means every person has the right to life. So the Supreme Court has already mentioned this, that the hospitals must provide emergency care first, and the payment is going to come later. So this is a legal duty what the hospitals are going to play, and the Supreme Court has guided the direction. There is no refusal in emergency. If in case any person, maybe it's an accident or any other scenarios, if he has been brought to any private hospital, they need to take care of uh, the the legal duty and the treatment what they are going to provide, and the treatment is first and payment is coming later. So now we will see, can hospitals detain patients over bills? So this is very important. Let's see. So friends, now we'll be discussing, that is, hospitals cannot legally detain a patient over unpaid bills. So if in case any hospital is doing this, so this is illegal activity what they are going to do, and it is going to violate the right to life and personal liberty of the Constitution of India under Article 21 and 22. So everybody is going to have the right to life and personal liberty. If somebody is doing this, so they are directly violating the articles in the Constitution. So they also need to see the medical ethics, which is going to prohibit using discharge as leverage for payment. So they also have the ethics here. So friends, now we will be seeing how must the patient be discharged. So this is very important. So once the patient is medically fit, so after taking the treatment, so what the hospital need to do is, the hospital must issue a discharge summary to them, to the patient, and then they need to hand over the medical records and allow the patient to leave. So this is very important. And if in case any payment is pending, the hospital can pursue recovery through legal channels. So they cannot just hold the patient and they demand the remaining payment to do so. But again, they need to uh, follow the legal process for the recovery. But also, they should not hold the patient hostage until the payment is done. So friends, now we will look into one of the example. This is the Delhi High Court case. So the case is Neelam Singh versus Medanta Hospital. So here what happened? The Delhi High Court ruled that detaining a poor patient over unpaid bill was illegal and inhumane. So the court clearly mentioned that if in case any poor patient or any patient, if in case he was detained for the illegal and a humane way for the unpaid bills, and again the hospital was ordered to discharge the patient immediately, and the patient was discharged immediately, and the pursuit which the hospital was having to recover, so the court asked them to they need to follow the legal process for the recovery of the medical bills. So the next aspect is what hospitals can do instead of keeping hostile the patient. So they need to send the bill to the family or the legal guardian of the patient, and they need to let the patient go if he has recovered. Then they need to file a civil suit for the recovery of the bill what they are going to recover, and they cannot block the discharge process. So if in case they are blocking the discharge process, then definitely it is going to be illegal and against law, and they need to follow the due process, which means it is there should not be any coercion. They need to follow the due process during discharge as well as the recovery of the pending bills. So the next aspect here is if there is a hospital which is going to refuse the discharge or treatment which is going unfairly, then what are the legal remedies available for the family? And these are the actions what a family of the patient can take. So first thing is they need to file the complaint with the state medical council, and they need to approach the state that is the medical council, and then they need to approach the consumer court, and they also need to file the public interest litigation in the high court, and the same thing they need to report to the National Human Rights Commission for uh, the consequences what they have faced with the hospital and the patient. So now we need to understand what are the government schemes which are going to help. So especially for the poor families. So basically the schemes like Ayushman Bharat, which is going to have the up to rupees 5 lakh coverage, and we need to also check the hospital is there is a free treatment which is going to have under the PMJ scheme. So that also we need to check, and we need to check the state health cards for any of the treatment if any poor families are going to consider. So now we will be discussing what you can do. So these are the action steps which you can take. So you need to be prepared. So you need to know your rights, and always you need to carry the ID and health care, that is the scheme cards. And if in case you need to you have encountered any kind of emergency situation, you need to demand that emergency care, and then you need to also make sure if in case any denial or the detention situation which is going to arise, then definitely you need to ask for written reasons and keep all the records during that scenario. So these can help in legal action later. So always make sure, and you need to know what you can do, and these are the action steps you have. So friends, now let's discuss summary. That is, you need to know your rights. And to sum up, the hospitals must treat emergencies. There should be no refusal for any emergency patient, and they cannot detain any patient or unpaid bills. So this is also very important. And if in case the patient is well after the treatment, they need to discharge, and there should not be any kind of detention, and the recovery process should be uh, that is from the due process and not from any kind of other ways of the recovery. So these are all the things which you need to know whenever you are going to encounter. So friends, this is all about today's video. If in case if this video is helpful for you, And if you have understood your rights, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if in case if you have any question, please drop in the comments. We will cover them in the future episodes. Thank you.